Hey everybody, good evening. I thought I would try to get some kind of video in, give you some help, some assistance. This week's has been a interesting week, aside from breaking everything under the sun, including this morning. My fellow co-teacher in our lab called and said, hey, our teaching lab computer decided to blow up, and that's where I normally create videos, upload videos, edit them, and everything. So great, today's going well. I was also involved this week on campus at a very important role. I'm working as one of the people in a search committee, and we've actually had a couple candidates on campus for the School of Professional Studies dean position, trying to find the right person to help us go forward in the future. And I did not realize how much time that was going to take here in the last couple of days. So I apologize for some of these things being a little late. In this class, I've managed to completely break Blackboard. So one thing I will say, if you run into something, and I had a question from a couple of students already, they see content listed in the in Blackboard. So let me go here. And I can't show you the grade book in just to show because I don't want to show other students' grades, but there are some columns that once I linked them, I can't seem to get them to unlink. So they're not going to have a grade in them. They're not going to impact your grade. But I don't want to try too much for fear of breaking the link between Cengage and Blackboard again. Cengage seems to be having some growing struggles. I don't know if they've gotten overwhelmed with the amount of content that people are throwing up there right now or using it. But we've had some struggles. So I've rearranged some content in a couple of classes to minimize some impact because some of the items just didn't want to work. I still love the idea of the Cengage Unlimited. You buy one course and you get multiple classes, but unfortunately, we occasionally run into some issues. I am giving you a little bit of a content here, so I can actually, I've been kind of experimenting with some of these tools, so now you can actually see me a little larger, and what my girls drew up here on the little to-do board, 2021, the year to stop evil corona. So they would like to go back to a normal existence. Um, One thing I have a difficulty here at home, um, I'm blind and like to have giant monitors. What I can actually record, well, I could record the entire thing. You wouldn't be able to see it. So I actually have a dedicated monitor, a 49-inch monitor that we've got. It's kind of interesting, does a lot of fun things, but it makes it a little harder to record. So um, it is a thing. So let me go in and look at a couple of things in here really quickly to show you, just to make sure that we're all on board on the same item. So programming one assignment, we have, you can just practice that. There are a couple of other programming assignments. We have this review, so this is just kind of a PowerPoint through some of the concepts. Maybe it'll help you remember some of them. There's a practice terms, there's flashcards. If you're not using Chrome, they seem not to work, and I've had a couple people with Macs. I have not tried it on my Mac because my Mac is so badly out of date that I'm not sure what it would do at this point. But my plan is to try it. But all of these do not count for any points towards your grade. It just gives you a handy way to study. Some of those, just a handy way to do it. The same thing with this crossword puzzle. Some of those will intermittently work. All right, let me drag my monitor down here a little bit. I have a couple of lectures from some various days in there, and you'll be able to see those. I actually switched slightly the book a little bit on you. So same author. It just starts and goes through the same material, but kind of at a little slower ramp up. So I hope that's okay, and we can work our way through and get to the same concepts doing that. I'm also going to introduce some other things as we go through here, so hang on to your hats that way. The discussion boards, see if I'm in the right zone. There we are. So please make sure you've introduced yourself. I only see 10 people have introduced. There's a couple of others that should be in there. This Help Me corner should, in theory, now we're also having some interesting things at campus where we're changing our email system. So I'm not sure how that's going to impact this, but I like the Help Me feature because if you have a question when we're starting doing getting some more in-depth programming, other people probably have the same or a similar question. Please feel free to post it there. that kind of helps everybody. And if you can respond with a solution to an issue before I can, please feel free to do that. So anyway, it's supposed to email me every time we get a new message. Again, the way we're starting out this year, it's almost like 2021 said, "Hey, watch me this year." But anyway, we'll get through it. We'll get through it. So discussion 2 about looking at the versioning of Python. So we're going to finish up this. We have a few assignments. When I look, most people are doing pretty well in the assignments, and you can do those unlimited number of times. I pointed out. I will say it's kind of odd, for whatever reason, on my instructor account, when I try to grade them, it pops up weird. If you have an oddity or something, just let me know. I will try to log in and get there as quick as possible. And we can also, create some videos, because if you're having a question, most likely your fellow students are. So next week, a couple of things we're going to do is we're going to actually put this idle environment on your PC. So not only are you going to be able to do it inside of Cengage, but, holy cow, browser pop-ups, hold on. But you're going to also be able to put it on your own computer. Apparently, I don't have idle on this computer here at the house. So my wife, when she's here at this one, shares it also. So she probably said, "You don't need any programming languages. Get off my computer." But that's kind of our class in a nutshell. Remember, everything is due Sunday night. I try to make as many videos and try to make it as user intuitive. But ask questions. That's what I'm here for. You don't have to apologize. "I'm sorry I'm asking a question." No, please ask questions. That's what I live for, questions, as long as I can answer. So if you're interested, maybe we'll see some announcements about who and what goes in. We have meetings again all day Friday. Being a state institution, I think I've discovered that we have to have a pre-meeting for the meeting, which is the meeting about leading to a committee. No, it's not that bad. We try to use our resources, and sometimes we have to get together, and it takes some time. So I hope everybody is off to a decent start to the semester. Hopefully, with the advent of this vaccine, and hopefully we can get it distributed, life will go back to a little more semi-normal. We can only hope. The one advantage I will say is recording at home or somewhere else, I'm not having to wear a mask sitting in my office, and you can probably understand me. I didn't realize how much these paper masks impact your ability to understand until we were at all these interviews this week, and it really becomes I think I read more from people and their lips than I realized, and B, I think it just kind of makes it squishy. And so I listened to some audio recordings we've done from the classroom, and so if you can't understand something or it doesn't make sense, just let me know. We'll try to get to that as soon as possible. All right, signing off. Have a great evening. The weather is supposed to be fairly decent if you're in the Peru area. And by decent, I mean we're not going to have 6 to 8, 10 inches of snow. All right, hang in there. Have a great time. Let me know if there's anything I can do to help you as we launch this endeavor into Python and programming.